You guys are not going to believe where I went shopping this week. Stick around and find out. So I was so shocked when I walked into Family Dollar to find this like total crafting aisle and then a few other aisles that were devoted to some unfinished wood items and things like that. Now, if you didn't know, Family Dollar and Dollar Tree are owned by the same people. So there are some similar projects or products there that they have at Family Dollar. But I could not believe the amount of things that I saw at Family Dollar that I've never seen at Dollar Tree. So today's video is all crafting items that came from the Family Dollar. And I hope that you're inspired to go check out your own local Family Dollar. Let's get into the video. For this project, we're going to create a 3 pumpkin sign. So this is a pretty large sign. All I'm going to do is start with a stain, and for my stain, I'm just using brown paint and some water mixed together. I, for some reason, got the top pumpkin a little bit darker than the rest of the pumpkins, but that is okay because we're going to take some white chalk paint and we're going to dry brush over the whole thing. I like the stain color of the last 3 pumpkins. The top one was a little bit too dark for me, so I'm not sure what happened, but I've never really had that problem before. But we're just going to use the white chalk paint around all 4 of the pumpkins, and you can't even tell at the top once we did the dry brushing. Then I took some fabric that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to tie it in knots around the center of each of the pumpkins. Then I'm going to go back in with some more fabric, and I made a shoelace bow for each one of those pieces, and I'm going to hot glue that piece on top so that the tied piece looks like the tails of the bow. Once I do that, I also add some of the fabric up at the top where the stem is, doing the same thing. And then I took some leftover jeans and I tied those into a shoelace bow, and I'm going to glue those to the center of our fabric bow. I'm going to do that for each pumpkin, and here it is, styled in some decor.
You can't turn the tide, let the water go where it wants to go.
Today's video is part of a fall collab that I'm super excited to be participating in. The host is Liliana DIY, and I get to participate with all of these wonderful creators. So please go down into my description box to find the playlist link along with a link to each one of these channels. There will also be a pinned comment at the top that has the playlist link so you can get there easily as well. So don't forget to go check out all the wonderful fall DIYs that these creators came up with. For this project, we're going to make a truck sign, and I picked up this really beautiful wood round at Family Dollar. It even comes with like an already built-in hanger, which is really nice, and it is very heavy duty. So I also got this placemat there as well, and I thought it was really beautiful. Now, it's not necessarily giving me fall vibes. I think this is maybe supposed to be for spring or summer, but I just really loved the design, and I just love blue in my fall decor, so I went with it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out the piece from the back of the placemat. Once I get that cut out, I also took some blue chalk paint and I just went around the sides of this wood sign. I didn't bother doing the middle because I'm going to glue my placemat there, so it's not necessary. Then I took some hot glue, and you could also use any glue really here. This is heavy duty plastic for the placemat, but I used hot glue and I just attached it there to the wood round. So you can tell at the top there is a small piece missing. I'm using some leftover jeans, and I'm just going to glue those to the top of our wood round. Once I get those glued to the top, I took some more jeans and I cut those into strips and I made a shabby bow. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I absolutely love shabby bows and I love jeans, making things out of jeans. So I have some other videos as well. I'll leave one down in my description box if you want to check that out, and it'll also be at the end of this video. But I cut those at an angle, and then here it is, styled in some decor.
Somebody told me don't pretend, 'cause everyone could use a friend sometimes. Take some good advice.
For For this project, we're going to create a truck planter, and I picked up this little blue truck at Family Dollar. I'm just going to remove the tag, and then I'm going to remove the contents of the bed of the truck. This was heavily hot glued in there, so I removed what I could out of there, and then I decided it really didn't matter because I was going to add hot glue there anyway. So I'm going to take some Spanish moss, and I'm just going to put some hot glue into the bed of the truck, and then I'm just going to add a layer of Spanish moss that covers the whole bottom of the truck. Once I get the Spanish moss glued in, then I'm going to take these really beautiful pumpkins that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I'm really loving the colors and the textures they have out this year. They're really beautiful. So I'm going to take 2 of these orange ones and 3 of these green ones, and I just removed them from their metal clippy part, and I'm just going to hot glue them in on top of the Spanish moss. I always seem to go for an odd number of groupings, but you could glue however many of these pumpkins into the truck you wanted. I just really love how they ended up turning out. Then I took these mini pine cones, which I'm pretty sure came from the Dollar Tree. They are cinnamon scented. They come with these little pumpkins as well, but I chose not to use any of the little pumpkins. And here it is, styled in some decor. Do you guys know what time it is? It's time to hit the like button. Don't forget, so YouTube knows, to send my video to more people so they can be inspired just like you. Let's get back to the DIYs. For this video, I'm going to create the harvest sign. If you saw at the very beginning of this video where I went shopping, they had a welcome sign as well, and they also have them in just a plain wooden color. These were whitewashed. So you have some choices there depending on what kind of sign you want to pick up. I went ahead and used this sage color. It's kind of a teal sage color for the behind pumpkin part, and then I'm just covering the harvest part with some white paint. Then I took some of the fabric I had left over and my jean material, and I'm just making a shabby bow, and I'm going to glue that up at the stem of the pumpkin. Once I get that glued on, I almost always use buttons in the middle of my ribbons, or sometimes I'll take some more fabric and I'll wrap that around, but I decided to do something a little bit different here, so I took some more of those small pine cones and I'm going to glue them into the center of our bow along with a couple of those pumpkins, and then here it is, styled in some decor. How the wind makes way across the fields. Let me take a breath. Let me be a part of something real. Someone said it's better when you hold on to a helping hand. Sometimes we could all use a friend. For this project, we're going to be creating a dish towel pumpkin, and I picked up these dish towels again at Family Dollar. I just went ahead and hot glued them. I know in the past somebody had said that they wished that I had used a little bit less hot glue. I don't like to sew, and I don't like to get out my sewing machine very often, but if you are a seamstress or you love to sew, you can definitely sew these sides together as well. Once you get these all attached together, then I left one side open, and I'm just going to take some batting, and we're filling this like one of those pillows that you can do with the dish towels. This would be an adorable pillow if you wanted to make it a pillow. I just really liked that applique that's on the front of this one, but we're going to stuff it a little bit more, and we're going to create a pumpkin. So once I get the desired amount of stuffing in there, then I'm going to take some more hot glue and I'm going to glue that last end, or you're going to sew the last end. Then I decided to tuck in the sides, and I'm going to gather it at the top. I'm going to take some orange ribbon, and this is like some sheer polka dot ribbon. I'm just going to wrap it around the top, and I'm going to tie it really tightly and then make a shoelace bow. This is creating our pumpkin, and it goes and leaves the applique on the front, which I think is super cute. So then I took another one of my sticks. I picked these up at Hobby Lobby in the Christmas area. I'm going to glue that down into the center of the top of our pumpkin, and then I decided to take some of the Dollar Tree leaves and glue those at the top as well, just to give it a little bit more pumpkin feel, since this is a little bit abstract, I guess. But I glue about 3 of those leaves to the top, and then I did make 2 others of these, but I didn't show that in the video, but they were really easy to make and super cute.
You don't need to worry, somebody's waiting down the line to pick up the pieces. Hey, you'll be alright. You'll be alright.
Don't forget to go down in my description box, click on the link, and check out the playlist with all the amazing creators for this month. If you liked today's video, check out some more fall shabby farmhouse projects here. And as always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends!